Welcome Tamers. Today's video will be another Digimon card battle between myself and a friend Abel. I will be piloting Three Musketeers and he will be piloting Fenril. He is another Digimon content creator. He goes by Momentai Jankai on YouTube, so go ahead and leave a follow and a subscribe if you like his content. He's a really great player that enjoys building jank decks. It is a fun match. We only did a best of one just because we didn't have enough time to do a best of three. And on some good news, one of our fellow local players that goes to the shop ended up topping second at the Mesquite Regionals this past October 5th. So congrats to Josh, aka Nostalgia, for taking second place, went undefeated all 8 rounds until the 9th round where he lost to the Mirage player that took it. So congrats to him, and then hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, here we go. So Abel's going first. He is going to hatch a Baumon, play out an Analog Youth for 2, revealing the top 3, adding the Soul Lugar to hand, trashing the Takemikazuchi and the Analog. Then it's my turn at 2. I hatch my Kapurimon, Digivolve in the back into Sparrow for free, and then since he didn't have a rookie, I chose to just hard drop a Gigadramon for 7, putting him to 5. I know probably wouldn't get punished for this turn 1. His on play is real top 4. Place an option underneath him, and then also pop a 3 cost Tamer Knot. So we didn't hit the option, but we did hit a Supreme Connection, and then we reorganize it and put it on the top of the deck. Then it's Abel's turn at 5. He plays a Tyrannon for 4, going to 1, revealing the top 4, adding one of the Lugamons because he does need a rookie, and then bottom decking both Fenrils and another Luga. Then he will trash one card in his hand, which is another Soul Lugar. Evo's in the back into Lugamon. He's currently at 1, and then he plays, I believe he's going to play a Wisdom Training, putting me at 1 and revealing top 2, both the Soul Lugar and the Lugamon, adding the Lugamon, and then bottom decking the Soul Lugar. Now my turn at 1. I go ahead and promote the Sparrow. Sparrows start main phase triggers where you would tuck in an option card with the Three Musketeer trait underneath him to get a draw. So I tucked the 6 cost option, the Screw Shot. Then right now I was just double checking what the order was. So if it was the Sparrow that gives me the draw, and then the Kapurimon gives me the extra memory. So now I'm at 2. Now I choose to, believe I was gonna Digivolve into either a Deputymon for 2, and then his one Digivolving or on play is trashing an option to gain a memory, right? Because we trash the purple, it gains us the memory, and then currently I'm now at 1, and then I was debating to either go into the Megadramon, the red level 5, because now that we have an option in trash, I'm able to tuck that underneath as a source to pop a 6000 DP Digimon. So right now I'm hovering over the card, I'm reading what it does, and then I end up going into that Megadramon for 3. Right, so I am able to tuck the Screw Shot back into the Megadramon, popping his Tyrannomon and putting him at 2. His Lugamon still in the back. He's at 2 memory, chooses to stay in raising, and it just drops an AG for 3, putting me to 1. Go ahead and hatch. We go into a Toy Agumon in the back, a red Toy Agumon, and then we draw. This one, since I only have 1 memory, I'm debating if I should just go straight into I think a Gundramon that I have in hand. That way we already have protection. but instead we choose to just try to swing, chip as much secure as we can. So we hit a Lugarmon, which is only 6,000, so we survive, and then we go into that Gundramon that I had in hand. It was a for 4. I thought it was for 3, but we double check and it was a 4 cost Evo. And then his Wind Dissolving triggers, where we look at top 6. We reveal 3 options: a Tankdramon, a Sparrow, and a Bellstar Ace. So we choose to play out the Derblitz, the black option that on play you pop the lowest play cost, and then if you trash it, you did Digivolve 1, which is a really good card in terms of like trying to stop them from going into Takemikasuchi, right? Because when they go into it, we could just trash the source to prevent deletion and then they Digivolve. So we do that. And then he plays another analog, and then this time he hits 2 trainings and an AG. Unfortunate. So he's still at 1 memory, but he has 2 analogs, a training boost, and an AG. So he can still do something. Then he just hard drops another Tyrannomon for 4, searching a little more, so he reveals another Takemikasuchi, Solugar, adds both the Cracker Fang and the Takemikasuchi, trashing the Takemikasuchi, leaving me at 3, and then go ahead and promote the Toyagu. I'm at 3 memory. We're trying to see what we could play. I think I had a Bellstar Ace, so in case he swung, I was gonna ace the previous turn, but he didn't, so we're still sitting on that Gigadramon. So we're trying to see our options if we go into a second Gundramon, or we attempt to swing at security, see if we could get a block off the Tyrannomon. That way when we reveal its top 6, we get to pop the Lugamon, which is what we end up doing. So we go security 7k, 1 check. He decides to block, and then we swing again with the Gundramon for 14k. Hit a Kazuchimon, which is only 12k. Where now we're trying to see how much DP I have, but the Deputymon gives me an additional 2k. And then we go into Tankmon. When Digivolving or on play, you return 3 cards from your hand or trash to Digivolve, but we chose not to do it. And then we go into Megadramon again, tucking in that forgot the name of the option, the red option, and then popping a 6,000 DP or less because we tucked something underneath. This one should have gave me the memory, or maybe I was confused on which one, but I think this is the misplay that I noticed. So he plays another analog, I believe adding another Lugamon, and then just hard dropping Cracker Fang for 4. Now we have 1 Gundramon with 2 level 5s. He puts us at 4 memory. Essentially we don't have lethal yet, but we could do 3 checks, right? What I was thinking is that the deck needs something that needs that extra oomph for rush. So then I think we just choose to swing at security with the Gundramon just because we're bigger. We hit another level 4. I believe we already hit like 2 of them. And then we choose to go into our second Gundramon for 4, go to 0, draw for Evo, and then reveal top 6. We have our target for our options. We reveal 2 of the purple options, a red one, Bellstar Ace, another Gigadramon, and a black Toyago. So as soon as we tuck underneath, we gain the memory. Then we will be bottom decking those just because I have a lot of options in my hand and also another Bellstar Ace. So everything goes to the bottom. We evolve back to another Sparrow. Then we believe either we were swinging with the Gigadramon. And then that one hits another level 4, so now that's 3. You can't believe that 3 of his 4s are in security. And then we go for another check into security for 12, hitting a Wisdom, which is not good for us. They could go up the line really fast now. Then where I was sitting at 1 memory, so I believe they'll go to 3 anyways, so I choose to play out Supreme Connection. This one's really good because you reel top 5, you add a machine or cyborg to hand, then you trash a machine or cyborg, and then you organize. So we open a Bellstar, 2 Megadramons, and then the 2 Bellstar X antibodies. So we pick one of the level 5s, trash one, and then reorganize. So next turn we draw into the Bellstar X. One of the stacks has a reboot because of the tank one, so we get the reboot. He's at 3 memory. He gains 1 off the AG, and then Loogamon's Sergeant main triggers, puts another AG in source, gaining a memory. So he's at 5. He is going to pop one of his trainings to go into a Lugarmon. When Digivolving, he pitches a card to draw a card. Right now, he's just trying to figure out what the best play would be or what stack would be to pop. So we're confirming that their protection is all turns. Doesn't really mean that if one of them were to die, I could trigger from the other body, or he could trigger it himself. So he's trying to verify how that works, especially because he's scared of the black option, the Durblitz that the Digivolves when trashed. So he's trying to see what stack to pop. And then currently I'm counting that I have 4 different options I could use to protect myself or any other Digimon that I have. He goes and pops his second Wisdom training. Right now, he didn't do the when Digivolving, the pitch one, draw one. So now he chooses to do the Wisdom to go into Solugar for 1. And then his when Digivolving is just you trash 2 cards in your hand, you delete a 6k or less. If nothing was deleted, you play out a 4 or lower, right? So he trashes a Tyrannomon and an AG, can't pop anything. So he ends up playing out the Tyrannomon that he just trashed. And then his on play would be the top 4. Picks up the Fenril, and I forgot what the other one was. I think it was a Cracker Fang. And then, so he's currently sitting at 4 memory. Trashing the Goat Cracker off the Tyrannomon, and then Digivolving for 3 into Fenril. Fenril lets play out a Kasuchimon from trash. And then he will pop the Gigadramon right now off the effect of the Fenrir. When another Kazuchimon or SOC is played, I believe he delete up to 10k. And then he doesn't have 3 Musketeers in trade, so I wasn't able to use the protection from the Gundramon, so he DNAs now from the trash. When Kazujimon is played, he could DNA from trash, goes into Takemi Kasuchi, right, for free, draws for Evo, and then now he's choosing the target for a minus 16 KDP. Because I still have a blocker, he will choose a stack that's going to block in case he were to swing. So he gives that stack minus 16k. And then he's doing the when DNA Digivolving, recover 1, right? Then give minus 16k. So I choose to, even though it's gonna die off the DP minus, I still choose to pop the Durblitz on the other stack to Digivolve it. Now I just have one more protection just in case. I see in his hand he has another one, and then he will probably end up using it later. He's currently sitting at 2 memory. And then he does have AG, so he does have Alliance. So he will swing. Because it was a new Digimon, even though it got Digivolve, he could still swing. So he swings as security Alliance for 2 checks, I believe at 15. First check Tankmon, second check Magna Kid. Still asking about the protection, so I could still gain a memory off the effect. And then he goes into a Fenriloogamon for 3, essentially passing turn at 1. He can still keep turn with all the analog youth he has. So he will be forcing me to trash that option. So plays out the AG, gains a memory. And then now he's doing the effect of the Hellugar, which would be draw 2. Picks up a Lugamon from trash. And then now he'll have to trash 3 cards in his hand to attempt to pop the Gundramon. He trashes 2 Lugamons and a Fenril, the BT14 one. Then he taps all 3 analogs, gaining 3 memory hatching, and then I trash my Screw Shot to gain a memory, preventing deletion. He was in the back into a Lugamon. His deck is looking pretty tiny because most of the stuff is in trash because of all the milling. And then here we're gonna see his second Takemikasuchi. So he hard evos on top for, I believe is 6, essentially deleting my Gundramon. He thought he got the recover, the plus security recovery +1, but he doesn't. He still does minus 16k to my Digimon. So my Gundramon dies, but now I'm at 4 memory. Right, so then I choose to promote the Sparrow. The Sparrow Star main happens. I tuck in another, I believe I'm looking for the black option, the Durblitz. There we go. You go ahead and tuck that in, gain the memory of the Kupurimon, and then the draw. And which is really good. Right now I'm debating. I know I have a Tankmon in hand, so I'm gonna Digivolve into that. So we go Tankmon for 2, draw for Evo, and then we'll choose 3 cards from the trash and put them on top of a deck. So we choose the Magna Kid, the Screw Shot, and we're thinking about the Gundramon, and we pick the Gundramon. To Digivolve the stack by 1, so another Takemikazuchi in trash. We still have 3 memory to work with. So we go, I think right now I'm debating if I would just want to hard drop a Bellstar, put him to 3, but then popping the stack with one of the options from the on play. Or go up the line and maybe draw into the Gundramon if I organize it correctly. If not, I was gonna draw into the Magna Kid because it still allows me to play an option. I believe we end up going to another Megadramon, right? I should have tucked an option from trash, but I chose to do it from hand. Debating if I wanna, because I drew already into the Belsar X antibody, I'm debating if going into her, playing the option, then trashing 2 to trash security. but I didn't want to give him too much memory if I did that. Which wouldn't really matter. I should have done that. Because we do have the 2 to trash. So we could have still cleared his security and then still popped the highest level, which would have been the Fenril. Which is probably the better line I should have done. But I think I choose to go into the Magna Kid. Because I just hovered over the Dirt Blitz, pay 6, and then tuck it underneath, but we just go I'm debating too much. We end up going to Magna Kid. So Magna Kid, we Digimon for 4, give him 4 memory, play out an option, which would be the Durblitz to pop the lowest play cost, which would be the Fenrir. Right now, I thought I gained the memory, but I already used the memory gain from the Sparrow, so we don't gain memory, so we still Digimon for 4. Then effect of the Magna Kid, we trash the Durblitz to give him Sec +1 and pseudo blitz essentially. So we swing a security the last check at 12k, hit another level 4, and then Tankman gives a reboot and we reboot. He only has about 2 to 3 cards in his deck. He promotes out the Loogamon, and I think now he realizes he doesn't have a level 4 because most of them were in security and then if not in trash. He did gain 2 memory off the AG, going to 6, going to 7 now by tucking an AG from the starter main from Loogamon. He doesn't have the level 4 now that he was looking at his hand. So he plays Demon Wolf Castle, or I don't know the name of the card, to reveal top 3. No level 4s, unfortunately. Grabs the Lugarmon, Soul Lugar, and then bottom decks the rest. Still has no level 4, and then trashing one of the Fenrirs. Believe he has a Hell Luger in hand, and that's the only play he has available to get rid of the stack, because if he doesn't get rid of the Magna Kid, I just go for game. So he has to hard drop it for 7, so putting me at 2. Well, I think he was at 4, so he puts me at 3. Since he doesn't have any sources, he can trigger the Analog Youth. But now he is forced to draw 2. And then trash 3 to pop my Magna Kid. So Magna Kid dies, and then I'm at... He grabs a Loogamon off the effect of the Hell Luger, and then it's my turn now. So then I hatch my last deck, draw. I'm at 3 memory with a Supreme Connection in the back. I go into Torago in the back, and then because I don't want to deal with another Takemikazuchi attack, I just hard drop the Bellstar Ace for 6, and then I return an option, which would be the Durblitz. No, I think I grabbed the Screw Shot. No, yeah, I grabbed the Durblitz, but I used the Screw Shot to pop his Loogamon. So now he has nothing in raising and 3 memory. He goes to 5 memory because of the AGs, but at least I don't have to worry about him going up the stack again. And then he only has 2 cards in deck, so even if he doesn't OTK me, if he just goes up the line, he will deck out. I think Kasuchi is when digivolving most of its effects. I can pop that to prevent deletion, so even if he kills it, he would overflow 4, which is fine. But he ends up popping the delay on the Demon Wolf Castle, and then he plays out a level 4, which is a Tyrannomon. He plays that for 2, and then I think the on-play triggers, reveals top 2, adds 1, trashes 1, mind links the AG or the Code Cracker. I believe it's the AG. So he still has 3 memory to work with. Goes into the Soul Lugar, the BT14 one, draw his last card. Is able to play out a level 4 lower. He will not gain the memory from playing a Digimon by an effect. So he plays out a Lugarmon. And then he evos into Fenril for 4. He can pop it off the effect of the Fenril because he only pops 10. But now he is going to DNA from the trash again into another Takemi Kasuchi. Can't draw anymore. Essentially giving it minus 16k overflow for 1. Setting the memory to 3, I believe. And then he gains a memory. He can't recover anymore. So he's kind of upset. We're like, I can't recover to prevent the Toyagu from swinging the next turn. But if he doesn't kill me this turn, it's game over because I could just pass and then he will lose due to deck out. I think this is the second time I showed a video where somebody loses to deck out. He can alliance, but he won't be able to restand because he doesn't have a security to trash. And he just swings alliance like 21k. This one pops the lowest play cost, so pops a Fenrir. Alliance still triggers, so he still has that extra check, but now he can't restand. So I'm sitting at 1 security at 2 memory. So he was in the back, and then he was for 2. Passing turn to 4. I promote my Toagu and we go for game. Let's go. His hand was pretty bad at the beginning, seeing no level 4s, but then I had a very expensive hand in my hand. And that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below. I'll go ahead and respond to those whenever I can. And if you made it this far and if you haven't done so already, you can go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.